Back then, I secured a master's program with scholarship where my entire study fee is covered with monthly allowance. I could literally start the very next day, but I walked away from it. And today, I'll tell you exactly why. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, hi, I'm Gausinia, a fast-track PhD student in Malaysia. In my last video, I shared my experience presenting at my very first international conference in Singapore. But that wasn't where my journey started. My journey started way before that. It started with one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. So, let's go back to 2022 and stay till the end because I'm giving away something at the end of this video that will help you a lot. So, back in 2022, I just finished my bachelor degree in mechatronics at UTHM. I graduated with first class and I had this one dream that I really wanted to do fast track PhD. For those who don't know, fast track means you skip your masters and go straight to your PhD. But here's the problem. To take fast track students, your supervisor must have already graduated at least 2 PhD students before. And before you even get to that stage, you need to find a supervisor. That means creating a proper resume of yourself and emailing it to your potential supervisors. If you want the exact template that I used, stick around till the end of the video. I will tell you how you can get it. Now, in UTHM at that time, I couldn't find any lecturer in my field who are qualified. So, my lecturers suggested I just join as a master's student first. They said do 2 years masters, get experience, and then once you graduated, you can continue as your PhD. The other options I get was joining as a master's student, and then we can do the conversion to your PhD. The conversion will happen somewhere in your semester, but you have to pass that test. Only then your masters will be converted as your PhD studies. And at that time, honestly, I almost listened to them because they offered me that scholarship. I could start the very next day. It was safe, it was comfortable, but somewhere in my heart, it didn't feel right to me. So I decided to try my luck. I applied to my diploma university back then, which is known as UTM. And in UTM, I found a supervisor who had already graduated way more than the requirements. So that was a big plus to me. But here's the scary part. I had no idea if I'd be even accepted. And even if I was accepted, I had no idea if I'll get a scholarship. It would take months to get the result. So at that time, I had two choices. Choice A, take the guaranteed master's program with the scholarship, start tomorrow, and it's safe. And choice B, risk everything, wait for months, no guaranteed results. And I choose choice B. I still remember those sleepless nights wondering if I made the biggest mistake of my life. After my supervisor accepted my request, he told me to read papers. A lot of papers. I have a background in mechatronics and bioengineering. I did my final year project on brain signals, but my supervisor is in environmental engineering. So we had to combine both fields and he asked me to come up with a research topic based on this combination. I spent months reading, analyzing, thinking, and I wasn't even officially a student yet. Finally, I finalized my topic and wrote a 10-page proposal that includes introduction, methodology, expected findings, and of course, your novelty. If you want to know exactly what goes into each of these pages, stay till the end. Why? I'll tell you how to get the full guideline. Then, I applied for the fast track interview. After exactly 2 months of waiting, I finally got a date. The interview was online in Google Meet. My supervisor, 2 panels, and a chairman were there. I presented my slides and then came the question and answer section. Some questions I could answer, some I couldn't. I just tried my best, answered them honestly. Then they asked me to wait in the waiting room. Those few minutes feel like hours. And then they called me back. They said, "Congratulations, you have passed. You can proceed with your fast track." I couldn't believe it. That moment was unbelievable. So, once that's done, then my supervisor said, "Now, let's apply for your scholarship." And of course, I did. And within 1 month, I got an email. My entire 3 year course will be fully covered. And on top of that, I could get a monthly allowance that is more than what the masters offered. I couldn't believe it. All the risk, all those sleepless nights, it was all worth it. This is why I always tell people, follow your heart. It will be risky, it will be scary, but at the end, it is always worth it. But wait, it doesn't end there. In fast track, by semester 2, you must undergo another test, and it's called qualification assessment. And let me tell you, this is a big deal. If you fail this test, you are out. You are out as a PhD student. You'll be asked to enroll as a master's student instead. That also means you waste a whole semester plus all those months you spent preparing. So the pressure was real. By the time of this test, my research had changed a lot. My topics, my methods, my objective, but I still kept the same field area. This interview was tougher. 3 panels, one chairman, and it happened more than an hour. The questions were so detailed. I didn't expect them to dig that deep into my research, but I did my very best and thankfully I passed. Here's the thing, the main reason I passed wasn't my proposal, it was my presentation and how I answered the questions. My literature review was my weakest point at that time. I received so many comments and tips from the panels, and you know what? I listened and I improvised. And later, I managed to publish a review paper in a Web of Science Q1 journal with no rejection and only one correction. So, that's my story. Fast track is not easy. You need first class CGPA. In my uni, it was 3.75, but it depends on your university. But even with first class, you need to be independent, hardworking, you need your critical thinking. You cannot depend on your supervisor for literally everything. You need to read your papers. Always read your papers. So if you're thinking about fast track or if you're struggling right now, just remember my story. Risk is scary, but regret is worse. Now, as promised, I've put together a guideline that covers how I wrote my resume, what should actually go into your 10-page proposal, a list of Malaysian university with their first class degree requirements, and the scholarships available for you to apply for. And it's all free. So, to get it, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on why this matters to you, or share your own experience. Then follow me on Instagram and TikTok and DM me on Instagram. Surely I will send you the PDF directly. If you made this far, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.